Well, at least they tapped out. They did see a lot of cards, but it has yet again boiled down to do you have Wash Away or not? Can't always have it. Alright. We're here with the first Sliver, but in a very strange way. So what this deck wants to do is cast the first Sliver, essentially on turn 5, preferably, hitting Tibalt's Trickery, countering first Sliver, and then hitting Cultivator Colossus. And once you do that, your deck is all lands, and then you win because you put basically your whole deck into play, then you go to untap, and then Maze's End with a bunch of Guild Gates, you win automatically. So, the weakness, the downsides are this is turn 5 or 6, and you do not do anything until turn 5 or 6. Because if your turn 5 land is a tap land, you're obviously going to have to wait till turn 6. You could also not have all the colors in time, right, and just die. You can just die to a lot of things out of nowhere. You can also draw one of these two cards and instantly lose because you can't put them back in your deck. I think Tibalt's Trickery could also mill. You could mill Cultivator Colossus, right? Just choose 1, 2, 3. It's that's extremely unlikely, but you know it's bound to happen. You have Recourse. If the Maze's End thing doesn't work, you can just kill them with a 40-40 or 70-70 Cultivator Colossus if it survives, which I don't anticipate. Same with Layer of the Hydra. You could maybe scam someone with killing them with this. You can get around certain things that would beat you with Odawara and Boseiju by just keeping them in your hand. But other than that, this is all this deck does. Yeah, so the lands are as you want as few like monocolored land as possible, right? I probably don't even really need as many of these, probably, because once I combo off, I'm kind of like all the stuff's already in play, and this only taps for one color. But for now, I'm just going to keep them in because I can't seek for anything. There's nothing to seek for. And there are a few 5-colored lands that are pretty useful because, again, you really, really need your 5th land to come in untapped. Like, the World Tree probably doesn't have to be in here because it doesn't help you do that until turn 6. It could be your green source, but, like, until... Like, if you need color fixing, this isn't going to do that on turn 5. It's going to do it on turn 6, which... At that point, you know, if you're not going, you're probably screwed. Any kind of interaction, like a counterspell, you basically just lose. So this is the most cut and dry, bare bones, smooth brain strategy you could possibly play. So let's see if we get a positive win rate. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's roll. I really don't envision losing to this. This is extremely slow, right? And it doesn't interact with you. Like, it's just Thought Knot Seer, that's about it. They didn't even have a 2-mana rock there. That's very uncommon. That is extremely uncommon. No 3-mana rock either, wow. That's kind of insane, actually. That is kind of insane. I'm now noticing I have a lot of Guild Gates in hand. I gotta start putting those in play. I need, what, at least 2 in hand, and then there's 12 in the deck in total. There's 1 here, so, okay, I only really need it to play 1. The other 10 are just in the deck. So, blue, black, green, red, and then this can get a plains. Alright. So, I can just safely play another one here. Obviously, can't cycle one of these triomes. I don't want to draw into... one of my cards that would make me lose the game. Don't want to do that. No, sir. Well, they have the best card in their entire deck. So blue, black, green, red. I can get white. I'm sure another color works too, but that's just the one I parsed out. So it's the one I choose. Alright, let's not mill anything important, please. Let's find out. I did mill Beseiju. Good to know that I did that, so I don't try to look for it. Hopefully it doesn't matter. If I need it Beseiju, I'm going to be kind of upset. So, back to the clickies. Back to the clickies. Okay, that should be good. Alright, we are Dunzo. Can you beat an 84 opponent? I guess Ulamog does it. I didn't think of that. Ulamog just does it as well. Right? It exiles Colossus and Maze. No, it doesn't do it, right? Because I can bounce... Why didn't they swing here? That's weird. I can bounce, Ulamog? Okay, well, that's not Ulamog. Well, they can't have everything, that's for sure. Destroy target permanent. Alright, that does not do it. Does Karn do it? Nope. Well, they can't really cast anything, because then they can't activate their... Oh, wait, no, they can't activate it already, right? Yeah, I was about to say, they can't actually activate this because they used it to tap for mana, and they didn't leave up the mana, which is funny. It's funny. People are weird. I mean, I'm weird, but I'm weird with purpose. Green, so I guess black or blue? It doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. We have the turn 5 untapped land. So here, black, blue, red. Oh right, they're 5 colors. I forgot. I drew a blank there. I'm like, what do they... Look at all those lands they have. Why is it allowing me to do something? Oh, Odawara. Okay, well, I highly doubt I'm going to use Odawara right now, but you never know. They could have the dumb card. Okay, they don't. What does this do? Okay, I don't really care about that one. It's funny that these count as shrines. That's adorable. Look at it. Little shrine token. It's adorable. Okay. This will not kill the Colossus, assuming I don't just whiff. Oh wow, Tibalt's Trickery was 3 cards away. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I milled a single Guild Gate, something to take note of. Guild Gate has been milled. How many guilds are in play? Okay, so 2 more cards. I'll stop here. Alright, so it looks like we win. Alright, where are you, Maze's End? Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright. Cool. So black, red, Grixis, white, and then green. Alright, so we have it. We have it. I have 3 Guild Gates in hand. That's funny. I actually do have to play with at least one of them. No mana ramp. Wow. There hasn't been that much mana ramp today so far. I haven't played many games, but there hasn't been that much. Alright, that's unfortunate. Again, I think I was on the... Yeah, I was on the draw, which is really, 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 really bad. Like, I could just be dead next turn. Odawara is actually quite useful right now. Well, it's not terribly useful, actually, but it's not, like, trash. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to let my opponent just do stuff, and maybe they just don't cast Aragorn and they give it all the plusingness. My opponent's just literally playing green cards. It's goofy. Alright, so this is fine. Alright, so next turn, Colossus can block here, and then, let's say it's not able to block. I am not dead because of all the life I gain from my lands. Alright, so we do have to go here. We're not just dead. Unless we mill something tragic. We did not. Cool. Alright. Let's get you. Okay, so I need ways to kill me. What do we sit at here for life? 18? Aragorn into something could do it, obviously, but they also need a removal spell. I realize now I can use my opponent's turn to find Maze's End. Alright. Nice. We did it. Okay, so we took out the basic lands to add slightly more life-gaining lands, because 1 point could matter. Especially when you're not doing anything for 5 turns. So let's try that. Okay, well, we're on the play, and it's not a blue deck, so we're sitting real pretty right now. But yeah, it's definitely a very, 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 very bad thing to be on the draw with this deck. I don't know, dude. I really don't know. I really don't know. Okay, well, I mean, I have it turn 7 now, which is probably way too slow. Play with fire. Really? This early just to scry, huh? Oh, I don't know the hand. Alright, at least we didn't draw Cultivator Colossus. Because then I like... I mean, it's the same turn. It would be turn 7, right? Or no, Colossus is an 8-mana card. It's an 8-mana card, so that's actually not true. But I can still go on 7. Just obviously not as good as not doing that. Hopefully I'm not dead next turn. Alright, looking good. My opponent did not commit to their commander, which is pretty huge. Let's play you. Must be a treasure card. Otherwise, what are we doing? Yep, of course it is. Really didn't want to see that, obviously. Opponent didn't want to cast their commander because it's super likely to die against the first Sliver. They just wanted to wait till they had standing mana, probably. Okay, they make 3 1/1s. That's adorable. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse, actually. Oh, they have haste. Oh, sneaky little bastards. Didn't even know that. Alright, so you, and then next turn, unclaimed territory on... something. Slivers. Alright, so we just can't draw Cultivator Colossus, obviously. That would also be a problem. Alright, we didn't. Tragedy avoided. What if my opponent has their own copy? Oh, that'd be so funny. Alright, so I think what I need to do is let Cascade resolve. So I let Cascade resolve, and then I cast Tibalt Trickery. Watch my opponent have Tibalt's Trickery. That would be so funny. Actually, it wouldn't do anything. Yeah, that actually wouldn't do anything. It would be funny, though. It would be funny. Alright, we've milled one Guild Gate, not the end of the world. There's no way they have 7 damage here, not that that would change anything. And then we stop. Alright, so I gain a boatload of life here. Oh, look at this. Oh, yes. Look at all this life that I'll totally need. Oh, yeah. Look, I got more life than I started with. Oh, that's great. That's great. Alright, opponent. What do you got? You didn't scoop. Can you do 31? Can you do the thing with the stuff? You put yourself in this position. What are we going to do? Straight to combat. I love it. Straight to combat. You got it. Alright, now you gotta do 29. Now you gotta do 28. They've already exhausted more mana than they haven't. Alright, I'm at my starting life total. Okay, that's a lot of, they've done more damage to the Colossus than me. That's funny. Maybe they haven't, actually. Hard to tell. Okay, sure, yeah. There's no, like, sequence of draws here with just 2 cards that does it. So this game is... They either do things or they don't. Okay, yeah. Now we're no more netting mana. We're just flipping this to deal 3. Got it. Alright, my opponent chose to play it out and then threw some burn at me, which didn't really come close at all. Nice. Alright, huge. Okay, so I've played every kind of game that this could play, and I've literally drawn Tibalt's Trickery, which means, you know, you just lose, or this. I had a sequence where I was on the draw, I think 7 times in a row, and this is the most polarized strategy for play versus draw, because you have no ramp, right? You have to wait till your 5th land, and your opponent being on the play is way, way, way better for them than it is for you, right? Like, you just really want to be on the play. You really want to be on the play. Getting the 5th land untapped to cast the first Sliver was extremely easy. So easy that I just don't want basics. I would thought it would be a problem. It wasn't. The biggest drawbacks, again, are being on the draw, and if your opponent has counterspells. Because if they do, you're probably screwed. You can kind of beat the first counterspell, but sometimes you can't, because they can actually counter Tibalt's Trickery, and then you just lose because you can't cascade into it again. It's in your graveyard. You could run like, was it Mystic Sanctuary or whatever? The blue, you know, the island there that puts a spell on top, but that's not realistic, right? You put this on the top of your deck, you'd also have to have the first Sliver. And Mystic Sanctuary would have to, like, guarantee that. I don't know. It's just not. That's not something you should do, in my opinion, but it's maybe better than some random land in here to splash a Mystic Sanctuary. It also requires 3 islands, which is extremely unlikely to ever be in play, especially if you've already done the thing. So, or haven't done the thing yet. The manlands never came up, so take that for what you will. I think Lair would probably come up the least of all the things I'm trying to do to win, right? But it could still do something. Say your opponent has the removal spell they need for this, and they also deal with Maze's End with like Demolition Field or something. You could actually kill them if they don't have any blockers and they swing and they're not aware. You could really get someone with Lair, and it's free enough in my opinion. You should just put it in here. It's not that big of a deal. Again, never struggled to get this out turn 5. But yeah, being on the draw is probably the most relevant thing, which therefore, if you like flipping coins, then go for it. If you like to click a bunch, go for it. If you have a quest that wants you to put a bunch of lands into play, like a daily mission or, daily thing for the gold, then I guess this works, right? You just put in 80 lands in one, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, Odawara and Boseiju are very, very strong. Odawara is probably better because it can blow up a lot of things, or just bounce a lot of things. Like, you can play it and bounce your opponent's, like, whatever. It doesn't matter. I think I almost won 2 games, but I won at least one of them by bouncing something with Odawara. Now, you need it in hand, which you can't look for it, right? And it is kind of one of your only interactive things you can do. It's not even a spell, it's just a card. It's literally just a land. But an uncounterable dispense, or disperse, boomerang, whatever you want to call it, is pretty good. And it doesn't matter that it costs 4, because that's kind of the crucial turn before you do your stupid thing. But yeah, it's a very, very one-dimensional deck, and the play versus draw is probably as polarized as it is in, say, Vintage, the casual format as it is. So if you're into that and you're willing to tolerate the play versus draw bothering you, then go for it. But other than that, I don't know. Let me know what you thought about this. If you've seen it and have weird, spicy land ideas that make it maybe better that I'm not aware of, albeit probably unlikely, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.